It's getting closer now. Avatar, The Way of Water, it looks like it's actually happening. It's actually going to happen. We've been talking about it
Says you.
I know. I mean, literally, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the first release date for Avatar 2 was initially supposed to be 2017. So 5 years ago. So here we are. The movie's coming. It might have even been earlier than that, but here we are. The movie is coming out. The final trailers aired. We're just in the final kind of countdown the last couple of weeks before this movie opens. And, a lot of the questions have been, how is this going to do? And it's fair to ask, how is Avatar going to do? Because the first Avatar is the biggest movie of all time with $2.9 billion at the box office. It is the number one film in history. So a lot of eyeballs are going to be on the second Avatar. Now, I've said for a long time, I don't believe this Avatar is going to make $2 billion at the box office. Only 5 films have in history. I don't think this will be one of them, but it's going to make a hell of a lot of money. But how big of an opening will it have? Well, the headlines are now coming out suggesting that Avatar 2 is expected to make at least double what the first Avatar made in its opening weekend at the box office. This comes to us from the folks at CBR who write the following. According to Deadline, James Cameron's long-awaited sequel is currently tracking to open between 150 and 175 million. That's gone up a little bit because the early projections were a little bit lower than that, but they've now gone up to 150 to 175. However, some rivals are predicting that The Way of Water could hit 200 million in its opening weekend. A 150 million opening for The Way of Water could almost double the $77 million opening that the original had back in 2009. And I think that's the number that catches a lot of people by surprise when it comes up in conversation is, how big was the opening weekend of the all-time biggest film in history? It was $77 million, which is great. That's a big number, but it's not like Black Panther's 180, Spider-Man's 220, 230. I can't remember how much, right? The first one made 77. This one is poised to have a much bigger start. And it looks like those estimates, Rob, are nudging up just a little bit. I don't think that this one, I said this before, I still don't think Avatar: The Way of Water catches Black Panther's opening weekend. But, I mean, look, it is trending up a little bit. What do you make of these numbers?
Well, the numbers seem right in line with what I'd think, but here's the thing. Here's the undefinable quantity now. If this movie, John, brings that Cameron magic, and judging, the visuals are there, but we're still like, what is this movie about? We don't know. If this movie has the awe and wonder quotient in it, meaning if it is totally transportive to Pandora and people are astonished by what they see, and if this becomes must-see viewing for people in our strange, weird, post-pandemic universe that we all reside in, if this movie provides the joy and the wonder that the first movie had, I think all bets are off. But I have no, other than this is if the movie's good. If this movie delivers, it's going to be huge. And people are primed. I think this movie in particular, people are primed to see it. Mm-hmm. It just has to be great. If it's not, if it's not, I think, But if it is, if it's got that Cameron magic, and I always say never bet against Jimmy C. If he brings the noise, this movie could be huge, and I think it'll be bigger than 200 million. If it's good.
Right. And word of mouth would have to get out fast.
Yes.
Like really fast. Because normally how good the movie is doesn't affect the opening weekend too awful much. It's normally about its longer legs. But with the earlier and earlier Thursday releases, I mean, if the word comes out that it's got that magic, like you said, people could then hop online and go, well, what's available for Saturday?
Now, let me ask you this. When does this movie preview? When are they showing this to critics?
Next week, I believe.
Okay. That's a telltale sign. 3 weeks before it opens?
I don't know when their embargoes are going to be at this point.
Right, but if they're showing it 3 weeks ahead of time, they know that embargo.
What's the actual release date for the movie?
The 16th, I think.
It's the 16th?
Yeah.
So we're from there, it'll be about 2.5 weeks once they see it.
Reactions are supposed to lift on the 6th of December, though. So like 10 days before it's out, people are going to be able to say how they feel about it.
Well, I mean, that shows that they've got confidence in this film.
They know what they have.
Chris, you're seeing these numbers thrown around. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the first movie had a very successful, but not what you call mind-blowing opening weekend. This one is going to have a very substantial weekend. How big do you think this could be?
I think really big. And I think it's going to have great legs too. I think we're going to see a higher number than we did for the initial run of the first film, because there are people who are excited about this film, no matter what the internet says. There are people who are very excited about this film and want to see the spectacle of it. They are going to bring the noise and the funk, RMB.
That's
it's going to
right.
happen. They're going to bring it all. And I think it's going to do really, really well. You know, at CinemaCon, we were playing this game of when we were meeting people of, hey, what do you think is the biggest box office number for the year? Which movie do you think it's going to be? And, you know, I called Avatar then, and I'm standing by it now.
You know, John, also, you know who's going to love this release is IMAX.
Oh my God.
Wakanda
Yeah.
Forever did really well with IMAX. I'm sure the executives at IMAX are just like, yes. Yeah.
Well, and if you ask James Cameron, good Canadian kid, by the way, if you ask James Cameron, like, if you could tell people to see it in one environment, what's it going to be? James Cameron will say IMAX 3D.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, see, the first Avatar in IMAX 3D was astonishing.
Yeah. I won't be watching it in 3D, but I'm sure Ray will. Ray will be very excited about
I'll
watching
go with
it
you,
in 3D.
Ray.
Yeah.
For what?
Avatar.
Never mind.
Would
Never
you-
mind.
The show already in
We're-
progress. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We're open
Ray's in there
mic.
busy already in the chat room there. Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? They're saying this Avatar film will probably more than double what the original Avatar did in its opening weekend, but will it be enough? Whatever you guys think, however big or small you think it'll be, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. This holiday season, the best deal in wireless can only be found at Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you'll get another 3 months free. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order and activate from home with eSIM while saving tons on phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Guys, you know I've been using Mint Mobile long before this holiday deal, and I have to say, it is the perfect time to switch. Since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been spending 1/3 of what I used to spend on my mobile service with the other big name company. And with this buy 3 months, get 3 months free, not only is it a great choice for you, but it makes great gifts for the people you love. Mint Mobile's best offer of the year is here. By going online only and with eSIM and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes those significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily and effortlessly with eSIM. Or if you need a new device, for a limited time, get 6 months of free service when you buy a selected device and plan. So guys, for a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months free by going to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea.